Hello, welcome to Hamilton County Television's Business Ambassadors, coming to you live from the studios at Logan Street Signs and Banners, more conveniently located on South 10th Street in Noblesville. I'm Christian Tombers. I'm the owner of Charlie Tenger Productions. Website is thinksales101.com, marketing and sales coaching, inspirational, motivational speaking. Today my guest is Don Kohler of Kohler Realty. Welcome, Don.
Thank you.
I understand you have an interesting story to tell about how you do real estate. And
Yes.
that it's way outside the box, if there's a box at all, and how you do business with your clients.
Yes, I am
Tell
most
us
certainly
about it.
different.
All right.
Several years back, and I've been a real estate broker for about 30 years, but several years into this, I went to a banquet, and I realized something at the banquet, because I had just come from the dentist. And I realized that my dentist would charge everybody in the room the same amount to fill a molar. But a real estate broker will charge everybody in the room a different amount to list their house. For example, the person with a $50,000 house might pay a $3,500 commission, and the person with the $500,000 house might pay a $35,000 commission. And I thought, holy smokes, that's a lot of money to do exactly the same service. So I decided then and there that I would do it differently. I would have a flat fee across the board for everybody that lists a house with me, and my commission rate will be zero. 0% commission. Yes.
To sell a house.
Yes. 0% commission to sell a house.
Okay, that's unusual.
That's on my contract. 0%. When we fill it in on that little line that says the amount of commission, 0% goes in that line.
Okay. So I can sell a house and not have to pay any realtor commission.
Not to me.
Okay, very good. And now what if I'm in the position where I'm looking to buy a house?
Oh, if you want to buy a house, that's a treat also, because typically, if you use me as the buyer's agent to buy that house, I do receive a commission from the other side of it. And I give half that commission to anybody who uses me to buy the house. And I will also pay the fee for your inspector to inspect that house.
So you cover the inspection fee, and when you say you give me half, you're giving me half of the commission I typically pay
Yes.
a realtor back
Yes.
to me?
Yes,
And what time does that happen?
at closing.
At closing?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
And typically, I give it at closing in cash.
Cash. Okay.
Cash. This pile of cash represents a little bit less money than I gave at my last closing. My last closing, I gave $3,150 cash to my buyer.
Wow. What was their reaction when they got that cash?
Well, they had $3,500 or $3,150 cash in their lap,
Yeah.
and the gentleman sitting on the other side of the table who sold that house lost $12,600 to their agent.
So chances are he's going to use you next time.
Well, I hope so. Everybody should use me. I really am the only real estate broker that anybody should know. No other agent is going to give money to their buyers. They're going to take money.
And the work involved in selling say a $50,000 house or $500,000 house, is there much difference?
In
between
my
the two?
opinion, it's identical.
Okay.
Absolutely identical. Most agents put a listing in the multiple list, but they don't really do that. They have a listing secretary do that for them. And most agents put a sign in the yard. But a lot of them don't do that because there's a sign man that does that for them. So really, all that I had to do to sell that house was to unlock the door and show it to my client. Well, I did have to call to arrange the showing. So the agent on the other end of this, he really didn't even take that call because they prefer not to answer their phone to set showings. They would rather have that call go to a switchboard in Kansas, where it's answered by a switchboard person who cannot talk up the house because they don't know about the house.
Right.
Nor do they care if it sells or not. They're making an hourly wage probably and just giving showing instructions. That's the way real estate agents work today, and I think they just charge way too much for a service that, in my opinion, is not provided.
Yeah. So you're helping people save a lot of money that can be used for other things. Gee whiz, if I had that kind of cash. And folks, this is real money. This is not fake. This is not a prop. These are actual stacks of $100 or $1 bills sitting here on the table. That can be used to fix up the house, go on a trip, on a vacation, pay for something else. So
They can do whatever they want with it.
So there's no restrictions on that money?
Absolutely no restrictions.
Okay. Now, you said how many years have been doing this, Don?
Well, I've been a broker for 30 years. I have been giving cash ever since I left a major firm.
Okay. And With your 30 years experience, you're kind of like a fiduciary. You help the homeowner make sure they're making the right decision in buying a house, so you can help them point out things that might be wrong. You're not officially an inspector, but you've got the experience to show people.
Well, there's a big difference the way that I work with a buyer and another, and let me give you an example.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, you're going to buy a $200,000 home. So you call an agent and you say, show me these $200,000 homes. They're happy to show them. They unlock the door for you, and you decide if you want to buy that house or not. Most agents went to, well, they all went to the real estate pre-licensing class, which taught nothing about marketing, and it taught nothing about building construction. So your average real estate agent probably has never been in a crawl space in their life and don't know an ant from a termite. But they want you to buy that house based on the color of the wallpaper or the size of the kitchen. That's the knowledge that they have on building construction, yet they're out there doing it. And I find it appalling. So when you negotiate the offer on that $200,000 house, let's say, for example, you're negotiating it to $190,000, and everybody's happy. But in my opinion, it's the stupidest thing in the world that anybody can do, and here's why. Most people don't have the knowledge of a building construction and all the stuff that's involved in the house, but you wouldn't buy a head of lettuce at Kroger or any other grocery store without knowing the condition of it. But you would make an offer on a $200,000 house and not know if it has a foundation. So you commit yourself to maybe $1,000 a month for the next 30 years of your life on a house that might be a money pit. And so what are we going to do? Now you're going to hire a building inspector, and that inspector is going to tell you everything that's wrong with it. Maybe the windows need replaced, the furnace is old, ditto on the air conditioning unit, the basement's leaked, hail damage, and so on. No, maybe you don't want the house. And if you don't want the house, you just spent hundreds of dollars on a building inspector that you'll never get back because the agent didn't know a good house from a bad house to begin with. Well, I am a building inspector.
Okay.
So what happens with me is when you want to make an offer on that house, I will let you know what a building inspector will find wrong with it. I'll let you know the basement's leaked and the windows need replaced, and you can write your offer contingent upon the seller doing these things to correct it. Before you even start the negotiation process, you know the condition of the house. Now, after everything is negotiated and you've got an accepted offer, I will insist that you hire the building inspector of your choice for a formal inspection, and I will pay for it.
You pay for it?
I pay for it.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
I can't be more fair than that.
Yeah, no, sounds really great. And is this going to be the trend for the future, or is the industry still going with the old-fashioned method?
I can't tell you what the trend for the future is. I'm not going to predict that, but it's my trend for the future.
You're doing very well with that.
I do very well with that,
okay.
yes.
Well, Don, if somebody want to get in touch with you to either sell a house or buy a house, with the two most important things being that you list homes for free,
Yes.
and if somebody is buying a house, they're getting half the commission back in cash at closing?
Yes.
How do people react to that when they get a chunk of money like
Well,
this?
they usually get a basket full of money, and I've never seen a tear.
Okay.
They're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, that's very cool. How do they get in touch with you? What's the best way to reach you?
The best way to reach me is my office is in Carmel. I'm real close to the Palladium. They can call me at my phone number,
Okay.
317-748-0807.
It's at the bottom of the screen here.
And I have a website called donkohler.com. So pretty simple.
Your name's Don Kohler, and the
I'm
website's
Don Kohler.
donkohler.com.
I'm the real thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
very easy to get in touch with you.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, I wish you a lot of success, and sounds like this is the way to go. It's going to be the wave of the future.
Well, success isn't really an option with me. When you list homes for free and you give people money when they buy a house, you can't possibly fail.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that would prefer that
Absolutely.
over the steak knife that another agent might give them at closing. They'd rather have a bucket of cash.
That's right. Oh, I would too. Absolutely. About a lot of steak knives with this, and actually a trip to Hawaii to eat the steak. So thank you, Don, for coming here today.
Thank you.
And I'm Christian Tombers. I'm the owner of Charlie Tango Productions. ThinkSales101.com is my website. I do marketing and sales coaching, inspirational and motivational speaking, and I do not teach people how to sell. I teach you how to get them to want to buy, because people love to buy stuff. They don't want to be sold. So thank you for watching today. Coming to you from the studios at the Logan Street Signs and Banners on South 10th Street in Noblesville. We'll see you next time.